All right, back again. Hey everyone at Code for America. A couple of weeks ago, a few of us designers got together and we are like talking about like emerging technologies for communication, and like how people were like using more mobile phones and stuff like that. And I was talking about how I've been starting to access, like we're talking about things like Netflix and how Netflix is being accessed by mobile phones more. And I was like, oh, I'm actually starting to access Netflix now by my VR headset, which is the Gear VR. And we were all talking about that and discussing that. And it was Jasmine that was like, oh, I should do like a Ignite talk to talk about all the different ways VR is being used now, because there's like so many really cool ways of using it. So I thought it would be fun to like to demonstrate one of the most innovative ways as of recently. Welcome to Facebook Spaces. I'm with Kim, who's a fellow Oculus Launchpadder. I don't know if you guys know.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello from Kentucky.
Yes, she's in Kentucky. We are Facebook friends, and we decided she's going to join me to like help show you some really cool stuff that you can do in VR. And so one of the biggest things, or the coolest things, is obviously we're on Facebook Spaces. So she's in Kentucky, I'm in San Francisco. We're able to see each other. We have our own customized avatars that reflect what we feel like we look like, that we were able to choose from.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so,
kind of with a few more wrinkles, but
yeah. Yeah, and I think I have definitely a lot more strands of hair. But yeah, it's a beta test. I'm sure all those options will come later, or it's a beta app. So, but yeah, so it's kind of cool so far. You can choose your background. Right now we're most in a photo that Kim chose, which you can see. I turn around, it's like there's a campfire behind us. So the way that we're able to do this is we both have the Oculus Rift, and it's powered by a PC. And you can download this app as if you're downloading a game, and you connect it to your Facebook, and you're able to do this multiplayer experience thing. So let me give you a little rundown of, so I think that was like probably about 40 seconds of intro, I hope, or at least a minute maybe. So the first 20 seconds, another 20 seconds, I'll go into introducing you to some kind of cool tools. There's some really full, apps that you can do where you can actually draw in 3D. Some of you guys might have heard of like Tilt Brush or Medium, that's done by Oculus, or Quilt. And that's basically, you can just freehand write in the air. You can take what you wrote, throw it away. I don't need this. Yeah, she wants to write, yeah. You can choose your different colors. And we can actually even collaborate and write. So like if I wanted to make, for example, a sphere. Oh, look, yeah, cool. Cute. So I'll like do another one if you want to, and this is really cool. We just realized this right now, where I can like grab something and rotate it, and she can draw on it in the air. Like, yeah.
Okay, let's do.
Like I can rotate it while she's drawing, which is so cool. So I mean, obviously as UXers and collaborative UXers, even if we're remote, we can still do whiteboarding sessions without the whiteboard. I don't know what this would be called. Airboarding, I guess, would be the new name for it, for sketching in 3D. So that's one of the cool features. I can also, I was going to call Adrian. So even if you don't have the Rift, you can still participate in these discussions. Since I'm doing this ahead of time, because I think Daniela has her PC set up and she doesn't have Facebook, so you won't be able to see this live. However, I can call a friend and they can still join me in Facebook Spaces. So, and that's really, let's see if she's able to answer. Hold on. That would be kind of funny. So I could just click on friends and I could see who's active, and you probably can't see the list that I have that's showing up for me, my UI, that's allowing me to see my friends list. And then it's loading, video call. I think she's like in Ignite's probably watching. Let's see what happens if I try and call her. Da-da-da. Okay, probably not. Yeah, it's ringing, but I think she's inside, actually at the presentation, so I won't waste too much more time doing that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get to some more cool things. But she would be able to join by her face, and you can see that that's where she would show up, and we could talk to her, and we would be able to take a selfie. And it shows up here, and then I could share it to Facebook. And I'll do that right now. and it's shared on Facebook now. So let's get into the different things you can do inside it. So me and Kim are together, and said we want to watch. I want to show her some videos of my trips to Cuba, or some pictures of my trips to Cuba. So I can go through my Facebook timeline. It goes up like this as an orb, and then I'm gonna show you. Yeah, put it in the middle, and boom, she's with me in Cuba. And I can show her the streets of Havana, and it's like really cool because we're immersed in it, so
That
it
is
really
so-
feels
Yeah,
yeah.
it really does.
So I can
We're at a
turn you
crossroads
around.
here.
And so you can see what that looks like on your end. And you can see some of our drawings still there.
Mhm.
All right. And then, or if I want to show her a picture of my fellowship in Anchorage with some of our stakeholders, I can throw that in the middle as well. And now we are in Alaska, and I'm showing her
Mhm.
a picture of a hike that we've taken.
Cool.
Yeah. one of-
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Which is cool. Yeah, that's me taking that original picture. There's Adrian. Okay, cool. So that's like
That's
some of the
great.
personal stuff. I could also do video as well, but I think it's like kind of be glitchy. So I'm going to show you some fun use cases. So also, not only on the personal side, but you can also access, like, there's a lot of companies that are using VR for like journalism. There's a lot of industry cases where they're experimenting and seeing what that looks like. So a really cool one is CNN. This is a 2D image. I can put that at the middle of the table, as you can see here.
Let's not make any more threats to the United States.
Oops. There we
They
go.
will be. they
So
will be
we can
met
both watch
with
a
fire and
CNN
fury
clip about
like the
world
has never
affairs.
seen.
In particular, this is the most recent ones following CNN, and this is the most recent post that they posted. So, thank God we're not immersed in that though. Already, well, immersed in the real world. So, and then there's also, let's see, BBC has like a really cool video as well. So I can go ahead and take that off and clear. And I'm not sure if you can see, but we are in a camp of women. I think these are like, I'm not sure what war is it exactly. Oh, we're on BBC Persian right now. I can't understand the language, but you can see like a woman's, the training and reloading. So this is like a really, really cool way of like actually seeing what's happening in different parts of the world, and actually feeling like you're actually there, which you can't do with newspapers too much. Then, so that's the news part. There's also some fun things like travel. So I'm gonna take Kim with me to Venice, and you can see.
Yeah, this.
It's an interesting.
That's
transition.
great.
Yeah. And it's cool because it really feels like we're there.
I feel like we're there.
in mini-sized.
Ciao.
Yeah. Also, too, not just travel, but we can also for science. So I'll put that in the middle. And I'm not sure where we're
We're
at.
on a synapse.
Oh.
On a neuron.
Oh, cool. Chidinma is joining us.
Raining down.
Hey, Chidinma. We got a comment. Oh, let me turn this back around. She says, "Hey, where are you?" It's cool. We are on a synapse, according to Kim, who knows better than I do right now.
We're in a synapse in a neuron.
Which is cool. And so that's another, and then let's say we can be that tiny, and we can also stay away from Earth and in space.
Now we're in space.
Yeah.
Space station or something.
What was that movie with Sandra Bullock? I forgot what it's called. It starts with a G, I think. Galax. Oh. Anyways, kind of get that kind of feeling. And it's cool because it feels like a little bit feels like you're floating.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And also, let's see, what else is there? Oh, let's watch some TV.
Now he has
I was obsessed with Conan when I was a kid. So you can see
A very
Rick.
huge Conan.
Yeah. And there he is.
Yeah, let's see.
So watching Conan, that's cool.
I like how we can see his audience
Yeah. Yeah.
too.
Yeah. It gives you that extra additional sense of immersion.
Everyone, thank
All
you,
right,
Tony.
and then
And
let's go ahead and put another cool experience. Let's see. Oh, and if you want to see how fireworks are, let's go National Geographic. That one's a cool one. And you can see it starting. I think this will be like the one.
Ooh, we're on the savannah somewhere.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's
so
so
those
great.
those are all the different cool ways of seeing different types of like experiences. Of course, there's like 10 million more, and we just like literally hit like the tip of the iceberg and whatever you can do in 5 minutes. Like I said,
But then it's great you can share it.
yeah, exactly.
That's what's so great.
Yeah, you can share it. I can be in my pajamas right now, and you would never even know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we know.
I am in, no.
Yeah. But like she's in Kentucky, I'm in San Francisco, and I really feel like she's right here in the room with me, and there has to be something said.
It really does. It's great.
Yeah. And we can share this with you guys, we can collaborate, we can draw, we can like I think in terms of experiences that you can experience in Facebook Spaces, like the imagination is really like your limit. So the more content that gets created, the more exciting stuff we'll probably be able to be immersed in. But yeah, and like I said earlier, even if you don't have a Rift, you can still participate in this. I could just call you, and as you see this, oh shoot, we have a lion approaching us. I call you, you can still, I keep grabbing comments. Oh, there you go. And also you can remove the table as well.
That's
But
great.
yeah. Anyways, you can still, oh my gosh, I've like completely populated all the comments. It's a mess back here. But yeah, so thank you for joining us. And yeah, if you have any other questions about VR stuff, you guys know I'm like super obsessed, like to like go on and on about it. But literally like a lot of the things that you probably don't know is happening. There's a lot of experimentations. There's meditation stuff. There's people using it for training and surgeries and therapy, exposure therapy, especially it's been proven to treat PTSD. There's a lot of use cases for that. So I know I think I definitely went over 5 minutes, but hope that was at least enjoyable. Thank you, Kim, so much for joining me on this. And thank God for America. Oh yeah, let's see how we can start using this in civic tech too. Yeah, bye. And that's something that we can talk about next. All right, cool. Bye.